So gradually taking the recap of the previous one till the time others will also join.
Okay, so let's have a recap of like the previous session that what like done or explored in Scratch. We have explored like the basic interface, the platform of Scratch, and let me give you a very quick review.
Meenakshi ma'am, we are losing your voice. And there is some
I'm not
network.
audible.
Yeah, you are audible, but voice is getting miss in between.
Just a minute.
Mhm.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Sure.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. Let me explore the Scratch interface again. Let me give you a very quick review what we have done last time. Okay. So last time we have explored the Scratch platform. We have learned about the interface part, the sprite, and the block building blocks of the Scratch. 9 building blocks, the block panel, block palettes. Okay, we learned about the sprite, we learned about the stage, and most important, how the stage is divided into two parts, because that is very, very important. We have to, learn and we have to consider, because in the further programming, we will take care of that facts. We have to arrange the position of the sprite as per the number mentioned in the like the stage. So stage is basically the action area where all the action take place and done by the sprite. We have multiple ways to add a sprite into the stage. Means you can either add the sprite from the library, or you can create your own sprite, plus you can upload a sprite. Same goes for the backdrop. You can create your own backdrop. You can add backdrop from the library. You can add backdrop from the images downloaded from the net. Okay, so here you have a full screen view. So different like interface we went through, and of course, let me clarify the stage area again, because this is very, very important concept. The stage is divided into like x and y axis. X basically talk about the horizontal line. Y talks about the vertical line. When we want to make the sprite move from left to right, that means we are talking about x-axis. We are dealing with x-axis. And if we want to make the sprite move upward and downward, then we have to set the position of y. Okay. And we have to make sure like, this is the exact position. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. And if you want to make the sprite move from left to right, then you have to make it like that, because on the right side, you have positive value of x. On the left side, you have negative value of x. Same goes for the y-axis. For like the upward, you have a positive value of y. And for downward, you have a negative value for y, right? So based upon this, you can set the value of the, or set the position of the sprite. That is what very important thing that we have to carry forward. And of course, we learned about the different like blocks of the Scratch, which are used to add some animation, or used to create some story, provide some realistic effect, help us in creating this like games and many other things. So basically, there are 9 building blocks. So you can say the motion block deal with the movement of the sprite. appearance of the sprite looks block. Want to add some sound blocks. There are certain event on which the particular sprite or scripts will be executed, event block. To control the overall flow of the program, we have control block sensing to detect object and take decision accordingly, right? And operators related to the mathematical part. If you want to do some mathematical, logical, or relational operation, then we have operator block. Variables to create your own variables to save the data, right? And in this session, we will be mostly dealing with this my block, because last time we haven't covered this block. This is a very important block where you will create your own blocks. You will learn to create your own functionality. So in today's session, the higher focus will be made on this my blocks, and of course we will cover broadcast blocks. Last time we haven't covered, but this time we will going to do that. And we'll also explore pen extension, right? And these are the different category of blocks. We have learned that like under which category particular blocks falls, like it's hat blocks, stat blocks. Basically the shape is very significant. It is it only decide where to put a particular blocks. Mean if you want to put it in between two blocks, or you want to keep it on the top, then the shape you have to must see, right? You have to take care of this fact that if this kind of shape is there, this is a hat block, only you can put blocks below it, because they have a notch here. They don't have like upper notch. So basically, depending on the shape of the block, you have to decide where to put this block. The significance of this Boolean block is very important, because if we do any if programming, conditional programming, if we use any if block, and we have to for checking condition with whether it's true or false, that would be done using this Boolean blocks only, right? Then we have a C blocks and caps lock, and this is what we have done. Now come to the most important part. Now in this session, we will learn how to create shapes using pen blocks. Pen blocks you have seen, there's no such category of pen blocks is there, but yes, in Scratch we do have a add extension block. By clicking on that add extension block, you can access to pen blocks, and that would be available or appear in the block panel. I show you practically how to do that. But first of all, before actual come to the practical part, I would like to brief you about some like mathematical points behind this program. Basically, last session we have done very simple concept. We have done very simple programming. This is a very important program where not only we will learn how to draw with Scratch, we will not only going on only learn to like how to use pen blocks, but also we will learn how to draw shapes. And there's very important concept we need to know, because drawing a shape is just not like that. We have to put a block. There is some logic, there is some mathematic connection that we need to understand before applying this, right? And that is something we need to equip with. And what in this session I will going to demystify. See, Scratch allows to create drawing using pen extension, and you have to equip with some geometric knowledge, and that we will going to discuss, because we will going to club this program, or we can say we will going to integrate this program with mathematics. That is known as subject integration, right? Subject integration as per NEP and NCF plays very important role, and wherever it possible, we have to integrate subject, and we have to integrate the knowledge of mathematics with code. And yes, these go hands on hands, right? So by combining geometric knowledge with coding logic, we can draw regular polygons like triangles, squares, pentagons, and hexagons, right? So talking about the polygon, can anyone tell me what they understand, or what you understand by the term polygon? Though it's mentioned, but your own understanding. How can we describe the polygon? Mathematically, I'm asking. Anyone, you can write your answer in the chat box. Closed line, shapes
Closed
having
figure. Closed figure with straight
closed,
lines is called a polygon.
okay, closed figure, and with having equal side and equal shapes. Okay, this could be a triangle, like square, rectangle, right? But having equal sides and equal angles. Okay, so we will going to create a regular polygon shape with having sides equal and angles equal. To draw any regular polygon in Scratch, these are the very three important steps. You have to move the sprite a certain distance forward to in order to create a length or drawing, or the sides we can say. You have to turn the sprite to calculate according to some calculated angle, right? That is very important. The calculation part is very important. And you have to repeat the steps equal to the number of the sides. For example, if you're dealing with the triangle, if you need to draw triangle using scratch, using sprite, then how many times you have to repeat the steps? Tell me how many times? Triangle has how many sides? 3. Yes, exactly. 3 sides. 3 times we are going to repeat the steps. Now, if we need to create a square, then how many times? 4. Exactly. So we have clearly covered this part. And if we have to draw like pentagon, then 5. Yes. So we are pretty much clear about this concept. Like if we need to create this shape, we have to repeat this like step certain time, and that would depend on the sides of the polygon, right? This is very important because I'm also trying to club mathematic part with coding, and this is how we can integrate mathematics with Scratch, with coding, right? Now, let's learn something very important, geometry behind turning angles. There are basically 2 type of angles, interior angles and exterior angles. The angle inside the polygon at each corner, suppose if we are talking about the square, so there are 4 angles and each angle comprises of 90 degrees. So angle inside the polygon at each corner, they known as a interior angle. But there are one more category of angle, exterior angle, the angle you turn outside the shape to get to the next side. Means you are moving, basically you are moving around the shapes, right? Here falls a category of exterior angle. And in Scratch, we deals with the exterior angles. Why? Because we have to move the sprite to draw that shape. We are not dealing with the internal part, mind it. We are dealing with the external part because we are moving the sprite to draw a shape. Then at that time, we are dealing with the exterior angle, right? This is why I'm telling you, because it's one important reason for that. Now, practically, if we talk about the interior angle, here is a description. If we're talking about the triangles, triangles has 3 sides, 3 to vertices, and 60 degree is measurement of the angle. Some of the interior angle, because we have 3 angles, 60, 60, 60, 180. Similarly, for square, we have 360. Pentagon, because it consists of 5 side, 5 vertices, so each angle comprises of 108 degree, and 540, and hexagon, 720. These are the interior angle, but mind it, for drawing picture or for drawing drawing shapes in Scratch, we have to deal with the exterior angle, okay? Now we have to find out the exterior angle of every shape. One of the golden rule is, in order to find the exterior angle of each shape, this is the golden rule, exterior angle is equal to 360 degree divided by number of sides. For example, if we have a square, right, then 360 degree divided by how many, what would be the number? How many sides are there in the square?
4.
4. Then the angle would be, what would be the angle? Exterior angle? 360 divided by 4. Exterior angle कितना निकलेगा? What would be the measure of exterior angle? 90 degree. Okay. Now,
90.
if we have to find the exterior angle of the triangle, okay, 360 degree divided by number of sides. Number of sides mean how many sides triangle having?
3.
3.
360 degree divided by 3. How much? Because we are doing mathematical calculation, because it plays a
120.
very significant role while drawing a
No,
shape.
no.
120?
Yes.
So, okay. So you can see here is the calculated part. Here we have calculated the exterior angle, right? Triangle has 3 sides. The exterior angle would be 120, 360 divided by 3, 120. That means when you create or take a turn using Scratch, you have to take angle 120 degree, right? Now for square, again 360 divided by 4, 90. The turn would be of 90 degree. When we talk about pentagon, 360 divided by 5, that would lead to 72. And for hexagon, it would be 60. Note down this angle 120, 90, 72 degree and 60 degree, right? And using this, we can now create a shape in Scratch. Okay, now tell me, There's one challenge. What about octagon? How can we define an angle for octagon? What would be the exterior angle for octagon? Octa means 8 sides. Okay. So the formula of exterior angle is equal to 360 degree divided by number of sides. Now 360 divided by, what would be the answer? 45, right? 45. Yes, yes. Now let's do some coding part. And of course, let us summarize this, because there would be mathematical integration. We will apply as division and angle measurement, logical thinking, understand how loops and angles create pattern, creative coding, combine arts and code for the beautiful shapes, and hands-on geometry. So basically, subject integration is there. You are integrating coding, you are drawing shapes. So basically, many things are integrated. And now let's do some coding part. You know how to calculate exterior angle, and we will going to do the same in Scratch. So using add extension, here is the option, add extension. Click here and click here, pen extension. I've already added. You have to click and the pen extension would be appear in the block panel, right? So in this way, you can add pen. Now, if you have done logo programming, right? So in logo programming earlier, there was used to be logo programming, turtle was there. And there's some certain steps were like of FD90, FD30, RT90 to move the turtle, to navigate the turtle, right? To create, draw a line. And there also we like had a command like pen down, pen up. I think you are very pretty much aware. Same concept goes here, right? We have a sprite. Now the sprite will move accordingly. We have a pen block, erase all, stamp, pen down, lot of option is there. And now we will going to use the pen block, because if we need to draw something, then of course we need to, have pen block that would able to draw the figure. First of all, let me delete this sprite and let me take some pen sprite, pen or pencil. Okay. I can change the size using this size sprite info pane. Okay. Now let's start with the event. I'll take this when a green flag clicked, and using pen extension, I'll take this erase all. Why I'm taking erase all? Because every time when I restart the program, I want whatever the drawing will be created in the current session would be erased. So erase all. Then make the position. I have to set the position, that this is the position. Okay. Now suppose I want to create a square, right? So what I will do, move certain step. For example, I write 100. Okay. What is the property of square? What is the property of square? How can we define a square? How it is different from other polygons?
All four sides are equal.
Yes, all the 4 sides are equal, right? We will deal accordingly.
All the four angles are equal.
Yes, all the 4 angles are equal. Move. We will make the sprite move 100 step, right? And then we want to take a turn. Now here, what could be the angle? We have we learned to calculate exterior angle. That calculated exterior angle would be the part of this. So how many degree we want a sprite to move, to take a turn?
90.
Yes, 90 degree. Okay. Now, as we have to move the sprite 4 times, right? Because we have to draw 4 lines. So we have to repeat this code 4 times. Okay. So move 100, turn 90 degree. Okay, duplicate. Again, I can use this. Okay. 4 times. Okay. And I have to use one more block, pen down. This one here. Okay. See, here we have a square. Now let us learn one more thing. For drawing four side, I have to repeat 4 times both the code. Move 100 step, turn 90 degree. Move 100 step, turn 90 degree. Right? 4 times I have repeated this block. Is there any block available with me or in this block panel that would help me to avoid this repetition? Do you think? Is there any block? Last time we have learned about that block. Is there any block that help us to avoid this repetition? Repeat, yes, repeat block. So go to the control category and drag this repeat block, okay? And because we are drawing square, so we have to change the value to 4, right? And we don't need to repeat this block again and again. Just take these 2 block, put it here, right? And place below it or snap it below, right? Now let us click the green flag again. It's showing me the same output, right? But we don't need to repeat the same code again and again because we are drawing square and a square having 4 sides. So we will going to write 4 here and put this 2 block here. This will repeat, 4 times this block. But it's going very fast. I want it take some pause. Okay. So what could be used to take some pause? Means it should go slowly, slowly. I mean,
Wait.
wait. Nice. Take a wait. And we can set it value to 0.5 second, right? Now let's restart the code. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see, right? Now let's come to pen block and I want to add some more attribute, right? We have set pen color, okay? I can change the color of the pen, okay? From here, I can change the color, okay? And now I want to change the size of the pen. Set pen size, for example, I want to make it thick. Let's take the value of 5. Okay. Let's restart. Okay. I want to do something more. I want to change the line of the color every time it's draw any single line. Okay. So set the or change the color by 10. I would recommend you to explore each and every block while doing any programming because it gives you some more ideas, right? For example, if I write 40, okay. Or you can do change the pen color again and again. See, this time, all the 4 sides of different color, you can see. So you can see we have created shape using Scratch. See, this is, if there's any confusion, I tell you, this is a Scratch session, ICT session, but we are doing some subject integration, right? Because through Scratch, we can do multiple projects. We can create shapes. Shape is very important, program using the pen extension. That's why I'm using the concept of shapes. That doesn't mean that this is for the maths, but actually, if you use pen shape, pen blocks, then mostly we learn about a different shape, how to create different shape or how to move or move with different drawing. So that is why I'm covering that shapes part, right? This is one of the important concept when we learn about the pen blocks in Scratch, right? So
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am, here, what does 40 indicate here?
40 basically change the pen color. There's some number you
Okay.
want to change by some random number. I mean, in
Okay.
computers, everything comes in the form of numbers only. For example,
Hmm.
any color is also come in the form of number. So if we are
Okay.
uh, instructing the slide to change the color by 40. It means we are trying to make it understand that change the color. 0 to 255, you
Yes.
must know about the RGB.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that concept we are covering. We are
Okay,
basically
okay.
trying to make the like figure colorful with different lines, different colors of lines, right?
Thank you.
Okay. So now let us create rectangle. Okay. Now tell me the property of the rectangle. Yes, we are learning math side by side, but of course it is
Opposite
good for
sides are equal.
Yeah, opposites.
opposite sides. Opposite sides are equal.
Mhm.
Great. So suppose I want to create a rectangle using the repeat blocks only. Okay. So how many block of code I would require for the same? I mean, for square, 2 blocks of code were there. Move 100, turn 90, right? Now, if I want to create a rectangle, right? So how many block? 1, 2, how many block of code I would be required for the same? 2, right? 2 blocks would be repeated. So of course, I'm taking this repeat block, right? And will set its value to 2, okay? And then I have to create rectangle. That means I have to take 4 blocks. First of all, I would like my sprite to move 100. Then I make it turn to 90-degree. Okay. Now this is a length. And now I have to create, or I have to draw width or breadth. 70. Again, turn 90-degree. Okay. So this code would be repeated 2 times, right? Because we are dealing with the opposite side. 2 times we want to code to be repeated. So now if I place it here, it has created rectangle also overlapping, but we can change the position also using go to X and Y. But yes, you can do it.
Ma'am, erase all was written, I think.
It is all written here only. Because it simultaneously it's creating it's drawing the
Okay.
shape.
Okay.
After one repeat, after drawing a square, it will draw a rectangle, right? Now I'm trying to change its position, and at the same time, I need to make the pen down. Then again, pen up. So let me, no problem. Okay, it's just showing us one more line, but okay, we have to change the position if we need to create a separate, like if we want to give some space between two figures, right? So that is how you can create squared, triangle, or rectangle. Now tell me if you need to create, say, a triangle.
Ma'am, can
Then
you
how
show
you will-
the full code in one screen?
Sorry,
I want to take a screenshot. Can you show the full code in one screen?
just a minute. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. 1 minute. Just I'll take the screenshot.
Ma'am,
Can you
you
just scroll
do
it slightly up?
So you will get that
yes,
recording video
recording.
also.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Oh.
Video recording will get by mail, ma'am.
I think by mail or by Tripti ma'am, what is the procedure of giving a video recording?
We'll ask the team to share the link if possible on the groups we are making. No?
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, can we get the group link then? I don't have that.
Yeah, that we will be sharing. Once we are reaching to the end of the session, then we'll be sharing all the links.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me, brief you about the triangle also. Now for drawing triangle, okay, tell me how we can do it. I mean, what would be the exterior angle? What would be the exterior angle for drawing a triangle? 120, exactly, because we have three sides. Again, we will take the repeat block, okay, and let's make the sprite move, say 80, okay. Now turn the angle. Turn the angle to 120 because that is the exterior angle, right? And similarly, you have to add this weight block to make it or to give it smooth effect. Are you able to see the sprite?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, the sprite is visible, I'm asking. The pencil sprite on the stage.
Yes, ma'am.
Camera open up, please.
Any issue with the network, ma'am?
Just give me 2 minutes, please.
Yeah, sure.
I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. There was some technical issue basically. So basically, this is another program. I was just trying, I just open it. Let me brief you through this also, right? So basically, you have learned, you have basically more or less, you know how to draw using pen block, and you learn how to draw like shapes using pen block. And of course, we can apply certain effects. We can make the sprite or we can make the pen blocks pen change the color of the pen. We can change the properties of the pen. We can change the size of the pen, the different colors. Many things you can do with the help of this pen blocks, basically specifically used for drawing shapes. That's why we have integrated this project using maths, right? But let us, combine this project with my block, because my block is one of the essential component and essential block where you can learn to create your own block. If you have a experience of the programming, and if you know about the concept of OOPS, where we learned how to the programming in modularity, right? There's a concept of modularity where there are a large program can be divided into different. So this all we do so that we can, execute and test the program separately, right? And at the same time, it make the program look very simple, sober, because like for example, in C++ language, we have that main block, main function, right? Important, one of the important function main, where definitely where we used to execute everything. We used to create different function. We used to explain the functionality of different function. We create our own function and we test them, we create them separately, and afterwards we execute all the function under that main program only. This is how the same concept has been adopted in Scratch, where instead of putting everything in a main program, we used to define blocks, different blocks, and we used to define our own functionality, and simply we call that blocks in the main program. For example, in this program, this is the main program. When the event, when the green flag clicked, right? And inside that, you can see we are calling, basically we are calling the function that we have created. This is very simple to do, because suppose if you in a single program, if you want to create different shapes using like if you want to create rectangle, you want to draw square, triangle, right, pentagon, hexagon, of course that would lead to the very lengthy blocks of code and very difficult to understand. But at the same time, when you define each and every functionality separately, then of course it will easy the task, and very easy to understand and easy to call. So suppose, let me tell you, this is my block. You have to click here. Okay. Then just like you create a variable, make a variable, we have a option called a make a block. Click on this. You have to mention the name of the block. Suppose if you want to give it like draw triangle. Okay. Here in this block, you will define the functionality. Or simply you can write draw triangle. Okay. So under this block, as you can see, this is also kind of category of add block, because you cannot put anything above it. Simply you can like add or snap the blocks below it, right? So you need to add certain blocks below it, and simply you have to call that function in a main program. Now let me show you. Suppose we have already created this rectangle one, right? I hope the screen is visible to everyone now. Because someone is saying that they are having problem. Okay, thank you. So
It is
suppose,
visible, ma'am.
okay, so define rectangle. Now already we have learned how to create rectangle. These are the 4 set of blocks that you have to define, and you have to put it inside the repeat block in order to avoid repetition, right? In order to avoid repeating or writing again and again. So simply we will going to create this concept and snap it below this defined rectangle. Now here we have created my own block. Called rectangle name. The name is visible, and you can write a block. Similarly, you have to define the blocks for the triangle, right? Here we have a triangle and the same concept, just you have to snap those block below this defined triangle because this is make a block using make a block or my block panel. Similarly, you can create for square. Now you can see once you created this function or once you created your own block, you can see this stack blocks appear here with the same name. Rectangle, square, triangle, draw triangle I've just created. Now I have created this block, but it will not going to execute because for execution, we need to have some trigger, right? And for trigger, we have this like green flag clicked or any other space key. Now we are going to create a main program where only we will call this program, right? And we have to check, we have to learn how the control of program like transfer from one position to another, from one block to another. Just be with me and learn the concept. When the green flag click, that means when we trigger anything, right? And using that trigger, we will going to use that pan block, pan up, erase all. That means why we have added this block, because suppose we have to restart the program and whatever the drawing that we have done using this current session, we have to remove that drawing. Otherwise, the previous content would be there, so it would be very difficult to understand the new output, right? So we have to use this block pan up, erase all. Then we have to set the position of the sprite. We have to fix the position because while drawing any figure, the sprite will change its position. Now we have to put it back to its initial position. That's why I have told you the concept of stage and the number of the stage is very, very important because that is how we can understand how we are changing the position of the sprite in a stage. Okay. Now go to X20 and Y50. I have set it value, right? Whenever I start the program, it will, move back to this position only. Then pen down, right? And I have used this block square. I drag this block from here, square, and once the flow or the control of the program will reach here, what would happen? This square will call this square. Link, there is a link. This square will call to this square, this definition, this block. And whatever the code, appear below this, like scratch on this block, that will get executed. Okay, this is how it works, right? You have to create your definition, you have to create your blocks, but in order to call all the blocks, you have to be in a main program, and that is how the control of the program will shift from the main program to this block. Okay, define square, and it will execute all the blocks of the square, right? This is how we can make a drawing. Once it is done, okay, once it get done, we have to shift the control of the program will be shift back to the pen up, like this command, this main program only. And the next command below this square block will get start executed. Okay, so it will again pan up. It will again set the position of the sprite, whatever we have mentioned. It will take a wait for, take a break of 1 second. Again, we pen down, change the pen color, right? Again, we have used this block, rectangle block. Okay. Now, what would happen? Tell me. Tell me what would happen.
It will jump to rectangle function.
Yes.
The
Yes,
topmost.
definitely. Nice. It
Mhm.
will, the control will move to this rectangle block, right? And all the blocks, like snap it below it, will be get executed. Okay, it will execute. And once execution take place, the control will come back to this block, rectangle block.
Mhm.
Okay. Now again, we can set the position of the sprite like pan up using go to X and Y, and we can wait for a second. This is just some sort of setting we are trying to do to make the shapes appear well and good. And afterwards, again, we need to call another block triangle. And I hope you all are aware what would happen next.
It will jump to triangle function.
Yes. So this is how my blocks work. Just like you have done programming in like C++ or any other programming language, the concept of function is very important. You create multiple or million function in higher programming. But of course, that would be created and tested separately. But in order to execute all, you have to come to the main function. It is just like, if you have a music system, all the component, created and tested separately. But when you have to run the music system, all the component will work at the same time, right?
Ma'am,
Simultaneously.
excuse me. Ma'am,
Yes.
can you just tell once more where you went to create a function? My
Now,
block.
my block. You have to click on my block. Then you have
Uh,
to click on a make a block, right?
okay.
And there you have to give the name. And
Okay.
afterwards, you have to click on OK.
Okay.
Okay. Then it would be
Okay.
appear here. And here you will get this type of block.
And what about when you're calling there also the same block is
No, no.
automatically will come?
This block will
Oh,
appear. One,
oh,
you will get two type of block. One in
okay.
this block palette and one
Hmm.
here.
Okay. For that we have to take separately the
No,
other
no,
one.
automatically it will. Let me show you how to create. Suppose
Uh,
I need to create draw pentagon.
mm,
Okay. I
mm.
click on OK. Now you
Okay.
can
Yes.
see I've got this block here
Okay.
and one
Okay.
here.
Okay. Okay.
This is for
Okay.
calling, this is for composing, basically.
Okay. 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 Okay.
This way the
Okay.
block will be created. Now you can
Okay.
snap all the relative blocks beyond this, below
Mm.
this. And then for calling, you can drag it here. Okay.
Oh.
I hope
Okay.
the concept is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone,
Mm.
please let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now you can create your
Yes,
own
yes.
block and can
Mm.
be, execute in your main program. And that is how the entire thing work. Okay. So this is here we have covered the pen extension. Here we have covered the my blog. And let me show you a very quick concept of using broadcast, right? How to use broadcast block. Let me show you one PDF because we are lacking of time. So let me show you pre-built program. I've already created one program. So basically, what is the significance of broadcast block is here? It is, used to create conversation between different sprites, right? And of course, also maintain the flow of program. Suppose we need to add 2, 3, 4, 5 sprites, and we want that, whatever the message or whatever the communication we want to create between two sprites, that should be crystal clear. And the sprite should get some sense of notification. Yes, that question is being asked to me. For example, suppose we have taken 3 sprite, Abby, D, and Avery, right? Now we want this sprite to ask certain question to both of the sprite, but differently, right? And both the sprite must receive some sort of like the message that this question is intended for them. That is the biggest like the significance of using broadcast block, specifically used when you have a lot of sprites and we want to maintain some sort of like the clear communication so that it would be easy to understand, right? Suppose let me show you. We have used this event block. We will going to drag this when a green flag clicked. It is already there. And we are doing this coding on Abby, right? Now Abby is asking question and this block, we will get it from Luke's block. Already we have learned in the previous session, say, hi, who are you for 2 seconds, right? And now we can use this event block again because here we have a broadcast block. Broadcast. And you have to, when you drag this broadcast block, you can create your new message. Suppose I have already created name, right? So I've already created one message name and it will wait for 3 seconds, right? Now, let me show you in between what could be done. Just click on the D. Now on like clicking on this sprite, we have dragged this block when I receive. Please mind it, we will going to use 2 category of broadcast block. First, broadcast when the message is broadcast, and second, when the other sprite receive the message. Okay, for receiving the same message, because other sprite must know that that message, that question was asking to it. So
They can respond.
sorry.
The sprite can respond.
Yes, sprite can respond accordingly. For example, here this sprite, we have created, hi, who are you? The sprite is asking question, but to whom? This is not clear. But now we have created this broadcast and name the message name. Okay. Now, when we click on D, this is another sprite. And when we drag this block, when I receive name, okay? Now we have clearly specified that that name that we have created under the broadcast block, that would be received by this sprite only, name. And it will reply accordingly. My name is D for 2 seconds. I mean, the sprite will reply because whatever the message broadcasted here using name, that is received by D. That is what we have code, right? That is not intended for this every, that is intended for this D. Okay, so that's why we have written why when I receive name, say my name is D. Whenever it receive or broadcast that broadcasted message, it will reply. Okay, now come back to this Abby block. It will wait for 3 seconds because you know what? At that time, D also reply. So for replying to that question, hi, who are you? It will take some second, 1 or 2 seconds. So we will make the sprite Abby wait for another question for 3 seconds so that that would be clearly communicated. Now again, next question. And who are you for 2 seconds, right? That means we are intended that this question should be for the every, right? Again, we have to create the broadcast block. We have to drag this broadcast, but with the new name, not name, but with the new name. Now, this time we will go to every, and here we define when I receive new name, okay? Name was for D, that broadcasted message for D, but the new name for the every. And it will reply, say, hi, I'm every for 2 seconds. Okay. I hope this till here concept is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, concept is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let me run till here. Hi, who are you? My name is D because the message was broadcasted was received by D. And who are you? I'm every. I think the concept is pretty much clear. And now the sprite
ma'am.
asked another question, tell me something about yourself. Again, it created some broadcast message, intro. And that would be received by D when I received intro. So it will say, I am 10 years old. Okay. So the concept is to make the conversation between different sprite to be very simple and easy to understand. Because if anyone is creating some program or coding, that would be easy to understand that who will going to reply to particular message, right? We can do multiple things using this broadcast. We can make the sprite appear or disappear using this broadcast. Suppose the sprite is disappear, but still here. And when receiving any broadcast message, it will appear on the screen. Okay. So that would be, create some wonderful effect. It will help you to creating, different interesting story, a kind of magic story you can create, a fiction story you can create. So this is how it can work. So this is the concept of broadcast block and the pen extension. I think the concept is pretty much clear. And if you have any question regarding this concept, please ask me. Any question, any doubt you're having? See, the game design part I have, decided, but it will take a long time. So, I can show you the game part. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll try to wrap up that part and we'll discuss, show you how you can design your game. But that would be pretty lengthy, but we'll try to complete it. Broadcast related to what broadcast, everything is clear.
Ma'am, can you please run it for once?
Yeah, please see. Whenever you run any script, it will show how the script is executed, which script is executed. Here I've added one more question, tell me something about yourself. One more question added to this Abby. And for that, I have created another broadcast. That broadcast received by this D only because we have code like that. When I receive intro, I will say, I am 10 years old for 2 seconds. So in this way, we can create different communication, like a very good communication between different sprites. This is how the concept of broadcast work. Is it okay?
Ma'am, can you please run this once?
I've already run this. Are you able to see the output?
Yes, I'm able to, but won't be able to hear actually.
No, it's not like saying anything. It's just you can see the basically dialogues. We have not used that any tag or block like for echoing or for like text to speech. We have not used any that of tag. Just it will
I see, I see.
doing the conversation using the dialogues only.
Can we use that also?
We have to explore basically, and then only we can use. But presently, though, we don't have from out of this. But yes, there are some extension that you can add and can add to this or make the conversation make. Um, I think that requires certain thing. But
Okay.
as of now, we have this blocks for doing conversation. Dialogue based blocks are there, right?
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So I think we are running out of
Yeah.
time.
Um,
So
we have also like shared the links like for the educators guild group we have shared. You all can become the member on the WhatsApp group. So so your things can be shared very much over the groups. All the informations related to the other coming sessions will also be shared there. I request everyone to please fill the attendance and the certificate links as well.
I would like to say
Yeah.
one more thing regarding that game programming. We would try to share the concept in a group only, right? So that you have a clear understanding. And many like academic publishing house doing the same. I mean, subject integration or coming up with some STG like stories and these all things. We can make best use of the Scratch platform. And I would like to say that I'm personally associated with invented education, and even if you check their books, all this sort of programming you can find it there, because the STC programming and the subject integrations and the story based concept and the use fantastic use of this broadcast programming, plus how to create a very good game using the score and variable. You can find a fabulous series, Tactile 2.0 or Cursor Pro. So definitely you can get, if you get to access to that books, that would be very wonderful. Beside, regarding that concept of that game, if possible, I would share that game or that programming part in a group only, so that you could have an idea how to create a game, right? And that would be easy to understand, very easy to understand, because you have learned about the variables, you have learned about the sensing block, you learned about the broadcast, right? So many things are there, and of course, with easy snap it or block based code, you can execute that block program, and you will definitely learn how to make use of Scratch in creating multiple things, like from animation to stories to like gaming, many things you can do, right? So thank you everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the session. And in
Hello.
case if you have any
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, I couldn't join with your WhatsApp group, ma'am. When I give request, it's showing admin waiting for our admin's approval.
Okay, you have sent us a joint request.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will do the needful,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am, request will be approved. That will
Ma'am,
be taken care. Yeah.
Thank you,
ma'am,
ma'am.
you will send us the link to join.
Uh, Surya, can you check like if it has been creating a problem like for accepting the request or for approving the request? You all can click on the links. We have shared different links, like one for
Ma'am,
the
it's
attendance and
written,
the
ma'am, see,
certificates.
one group is become a member
Yeah,
and
that
one
is,
group
yeah.
is our WhatsApp group. So
You
in which
can
we
join
want,
both of them because we are conducting sessions. So a lot of other informations keep on happening and keep on coming. So those WhatsApp group are related to that only.
Ma'am, so in both of becoming a member and WhatsApp group, in both when we are clicking, the same page is coming.
Okay. Okay. Surya, can
Yes.
you check this? Actually, one is for the community. The WhatsApp group is for the Educators Guild community, where a lot of
Mm,
other educators are there.
mm.
I tried so many times in the WhatsApp group, ma'am. It's coming, waiting for admin's approval. So kindly
Okay,
do
if
the
it is
needful, ma'am.
coming for admin's approval, that will be there.
From
And
the
Ma'am,
last
mine is
week, I am
not coming
trying,
for
ma'am.
admin approval.
I'm not able to join in the group, ma'am.
okay,
Excuse me,
ma'am,
ma'am.
let me get it checked.
Okay,
Just
ma'am.
give me a
Thanks.
second.
Hello, ma'am. I am Sajid Ali from Bankiri.
Yes, sir.
That day also I joined that group, but that day I don't have that certificate. There I feel that all this they want all the things. I prepared that all, but suddenly I I don't click that link, and suddenly that group is going. What I do there?
Actually, I didn't get your query. Means you are saying there was some problem with the link, or
Yeah, there is the two links is there, no? One WhatsApp group
okay.
and one are also there.
Educator Guild.
Okay, Surya, can you again share the link in the chat box so that it would be easy for others?
Ma'am, I have joined. Now in your this Education Guild of India, in that you have written your address D231 ground floor D block, sector 63, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Type.
Okay.
Hmm? Ma'am, this Educator Guild of number is 9205556 Is this the number to join this group?
Surya, can you help me out regarding this?
9205556.
Meenakshi ma'am, I just had a word with Surya. He's saying he has a request, lot of other requests are there. He's in process of accepting all of them. So those all will be accepted.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So even if you are clicking on any of the group, these both the groups are of the communities only. So you can
Mm,
click on those group. Your all the requests will be accepted soon.
okay. Ma'am,
Okay.
mine request is not coming, but only when
Mm-hmm.
I clicked on WhatsApp group, so one WhatsApp number is coming in that it is writing to become a member, something like that.
Okay, we'll
Ma'am,
check this out. We'll check this out. I hope you have given your number.
ma'am, I've given my number
You
in
can
my
you can
that
put down this
attendance form.
number in the chat, ma'am. I just request you. So our
Okay,
team
okay,
will
okay.
check this.
Okay, ma'am, I will just write it.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
evening, ma'am. Ma'am, last week I have attended the class, but I didn't get the certificate, ma'am. I filled the feedback form also, ma'am.
Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Hindumati, ma'am, from Chennai.
Okay. Tripti, ma'am,
Last,
can we get the details and do the needful?
yeah, today I have filled the form again, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Hindumati from Chennai, Chettinad Vidyashram, ma'am. I didn't get the certificate, ma'am.
you are in the group, ma'am? WhatsApp group?
Now today only I joined, ma'am, in the group because last time unexpectedly I was not able to join.
Okay, please, you can enter your query there so that it would easy to, go through it.
Pardon, ma'am?
You can enter your query in that group request
Okay, ma'am.
so that we can easily track it and we can go through it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
So yeah,
Excuse me, ma'am.
certificates will be
Yeah,
sent.
yeah.
Like you all can fill your details in the certificates. That's everything is in the process. Since Scratch is a series which we are taking into 3 parts. Next Saturday also we are having the session on the Scratch. Am I correct, Meenakshi ma'am? So accordingly, everything will be shared. You don't
So,
worry for this.
though this was the last session, but we can take one more session, no problem.
Okay.
Where will we
Ma'am,
get the
I'm from
certificate of the same, ma'am?
We'll provide the informations in the group only, ma'am. Though you have
The what?
already registered when you are doing the registrations, your mail IDs are coming to us, your numbers are there. We'll be providing the certificates accordingly.
Good
Okay,
evening,
how
ma'am.
about our mails?
We'll provide
Ma'am,
it on the mail, ma'am.
Okay, that's
Ma'am,
ma'am,
okay.
I'm
That's
Jane
it.
Murray from Chennai here, P Senior Secondary School. Since 2 weeks, I'm seeing your this online class. It's
Mm-hmm.
very useful for us and amazing. We are taking it already since 3 years. But
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, extra concept you taught me today, like a broadcast, and another one is like how to define function and how
I
can we
block.
use it in this program. Yeah, it's very amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much for this.
Thank
And
you
I
so much,
got,
ma'am.
yeah, and I got my certificate. I joined in the group. There's no problem, nothing in my side. Very
Thank
nicely
you
you
so
are
much,
handling,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you so much,
good
ma'am.
evening,
Thank you so much.
Meenakshi,
We have
ma'am.
to say thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, Shweta this side.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, the previous session, due to some reason, I couldn't join from Rajasthan. So, can I get the recording? Like, where can I access it if
Yes,
I
ma'am,
want
we'll
to see?
provide the recording. I'll ask my team to share the links and they'll provide the recording. We have it.
On the mail ID?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, even
Oh,
I want the
thank you.
previous recording. So you can send
I'll ask my
in.
team to share it in the WhatsApp group so all can have the access. So
Okay,
whosoever
okay.
has missed it, they all can have the
Mm.
access then.
Okay, ma'am, just now you told me not to mention the number to join for the WhatsApp group. I've mentioned my number 8360. So when I will join in that number, so everyone can see, no?
Yeah,
That
yeah, it
recording
is.
keeping.
Means
Today is
though we
also
are
will be
recording the
last.
session as well and team is
Yes.
on the other side,
Yes.
they are checking,
Yes.
he's accepting all
Mm.
the requests if it is coming.
Mm.
And
For
see,
us, it's
previous
this.
recording link they have shared. You all can
Okay.
access. You can
Okay.
copy
Okay.
this link to your phone or to your device.
Okay.
They
Yes, ma'am.
sent
It
the
is so.
recording link.
Okay. Okay. Mm. Thank you so much, ma'am. This today's session was very wonderful and giving in mind we have learned this new thing to call a function, how to execute a function, how to make a function. I was not aware that in Scratch also we can do this.
Yes, ma'am. We
It's a
can do
new concept.
multiple things using Scratch. We can create
Yes.
games. If we try to explore the blocks, we can do best out of it. Right?
Mm. But since now you taught us, now we can explore. Mm.
Mhm. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you everyone
Thank you
for
so much,
joining.
ma'am.
We'll be meeting next Saturday.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So we will
Thank
be
you.
getting the link for the coming session also, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you.
everyone.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.